All right, Flash Fest fans. Hey, believe it or not, we are halfway through the season. It seems like we just got started. And I know some of y'all wish we never got started. It's been a crazy year, full of ups and downs and unexpected just changes shifting throughout the season, but nevertheless it's still been good. I got to add some light. I got to say something positive to what has been going on. So, overall, I think everybody's competing. Like statistically, mathematically, everybody does have a chance. Pat, I need you to check my numbers on that because I know that's what you do. So here's my recap for today. I figured I would go ahead and give just like a power rankings for the top 12 teams within our league. And I've been giving this a lot of thought based on wins and losses over the last few weeks, based on injuries, and just based on how folks have been doing. So here we go. Like my number one team right now, not my team, but the team that I think is top dog. I hate to say it, but much respect to what Lewis is doing. You gotta give it to the defending champion. I mean, he's undefeated right now. He's in a tough division. He arguably has the best running back, maybe player in the NFL. I mean, Henry is just an animal. Des Bryant said it the other day. He was on Twitter. He was like, "This is the guy that folks created in Madden years ago when we were growing up. Like Henry is just that viable." So much respect to you, Brooklyn Bombers, Lewis, for holding it down 6-0. Your running backs, you're just loaded with them. You got some studs as wide receivers. So yeah, for me, you're number one. Number two is the other undefeated team, and that's Enoch. I'm giving a little bit of credit to the team that he inherited at first. At least that's what was in my mind. But then I was like, well, he would have only had one keeper. And at the end of the day, Enoch just drafted and drafted and drafted well, much better than most of you guys. So congratulations, Enoch. I don't know if I would have gone with such a strong emphasis on the Rams offense, but this is working for you. Stafford and Cup, man, that's a powerful 1-2 punch, and it's getting it done for you. And all of that without using a lot of acquisitions, without spending a lot of money. So Enoch is number two right now, undefeated, 6-0, right behind Lewis. My number three team might come as a surprise. As I thought about it, at least it was a surprise for me, and that's Chris. I'm gonna give it to Whoop A right now. Chris is 4-2, and here's the thing about it. Like honestly, Chris, your roster sucks. Your roster is not good. Yet you just beat a good team from the other division. Like you only have two losses. You're 4-2. I've looked at your roster. I've examined it, and I can't make sense of it. I really can't. It's just absolutely incredible to me. But respectfully, like I'm telling you that I think you are the number three team, even though I can't make sense of it. So keep on doing what you're doing, man. Whip A is giving it to y'all. I mean, Mike Evans, is he really just that good? I mean, they got a whole bunch of wide receivers down there, but I don't know, man. You getting it done. Number four for me is Pat. Man, them pundits are legit. I'm telling you, Pat brings it every year. I mean, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. But the pundits right now, they're 4-2. 4-2. And I've been thinking like, okay, is it Matty Ice? No. Is it Hill? Kansas City's offense has been kind of up and down. They're consistent, but their defense has been terrible. And then to think that his running back, Edwards Helaire, like he's injured, and Pat is still getting it done. So, Pat, great job. Number four on the power rankings. Then here's number five, and this is where it got tough. Like for me, yeah, I know Chris. I put him as three. That's debatable. I could have easily put Pat, as number three. But the question really is like, who is number five? And as I put this together, I was like, really? Kevin, I'm giving you number five, man. Gorilla. You're 2-4, which is terrible. But you've had some battles. You're putting up points. You're just losing. It's like you're trying hard. You're giving an effort. You're hitting the waiver wire. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. It's just not working. But your team is still respectable. So I know that at 2-4, you got some studs. I mean, Murray, Kamara. I mean, both of those guys are legit. So I'm gonna give you the number 5 right now. You got half your budget left, and I think it does hurt anytime you have somebody important to you that's on your your IR. You know, but keep hitting that waiver, man. I'm sure you'll pull it up in terms of getting some wins. Right now, even at 2-4, because your division is so bad, you'll still make the playoffs. So it's cool. My number six goes to Marcus and the Bloodline. I don't even know why you call yourself the Bloodline. What is that, Marcus? Help me out. But here's the thing. One thing, Marcus is going to talk trash to all of you. He's going to get the job done. And right now, he's sitting at 3-3. And 3-3 is average. 6 games, 3 wins, 3 losses. And one thing that I love about this team is that when you lose to Marcus, you feel it. You hate your life. Like, you feel like you have the pandemic. You feel like coronavirus has taken over your life and you can't breathe. That's what losing to Marcus feels like. There's no booster to make you feel better after you lost to Marcus. That's just legit. That's the truth. And ask me how I know, because I felt that pain. No one wants to go through that in life. It hurts. It hurts. So Marcus, I'm giving you the number 6, man. You're doing those things. You got people thinking about their own teams. You got people thinking about your team, man. So congratulations. It's Mahomes. You know, my homeboy. I don't know what kind of season he's having, man, truthfully. But here's the one question I have for you, Marcus. Why in the world is Beckham still on your roster? Like, is he really contributing? Is Cleveland doing anything? Chubb is hurt. The whole quarterback situation, like the connection is just not happening. You do things that don't make sense sometimes, and it works for you. And so when we lose to you, when you do things that don't make sense, like that really hurts. Anyway, let me move on, man. Congratulations, Marcus. I got you at the number 6 right now. Then I'm gonna give it to myself, the proselytes, for 7th. Mind you, this doesn't make much sense because I am 4-2. I rank myself below a 3-3 team. I rank myself below a 2-4 team. But realistically, we got a bunch of injuries. So the way our roster is, when we've been spending money. We've been spending money like we just been partying. Right now, we only got like $19 left, but it's cool. It's cool. Everybody gets 100 on that free agency waiver wire, and we've been working to try to get around these injuries, but whatever it takes. You know, right now we're 4-2, so you're at least in good position, 3rd place in the division, and so, like, honestly, I'll take it. You know, Tom Brady, old man, just continue to ride it out. Tom Brady gonna be out here doing things impressive, like Abraham having kids when he was like way old. Tom Brady throwing touchdowns when he's way old. Like, that's stuff that you just can't understand. Respect your elders. That's the lesson here. Respect your elders. All of you should be upset that you don't have a Tom Terrific on your squad. All right, now here's where it gets a little bit crazier, because it's my number 8, and you know, really only 8 teams are going to make it to the playoffs. So this is kind of where I cut the line. I had to think about this, and I gave it to Logan. My power teams for number 8 is Logan. Like, Logan, your squad isn't good. Let's make that clear. You're 2-4, but you do compete every single weekend. So I give that to you. You are at jeopardy of not making the playoffs because your quarterback starts for the New York Giants. There's no way that's gonna help you be competitive in the postseason for fantasy. You might want to make some trades. Marcus has been talking about giving up Lamar Jackson. You might want to do that. Come talk to me about Hurts. Either way, I'm trying to give you some objective advice. With the New York Giants quarterback situation, I don't see how you're going to get into the playoffs. And there are some teams that are right behind your back. And so my cutoff has been these 4 teams right now. The next one is Juan. Juan is right behind you in terms of power rankings to me. He's 2-4, but here's another thing. Juan is broke also. He got 19 fantasy bucks left. So Juan got to make some moves in order to really tie down that position. Juan, I don't know why you haven't made any trade offers, or if you have been making trade offers, folks have just probably thought you were being disrespectful, one or the other. And I can see it going both ways. Either way, Juan, you got to do something. You're on that fence. I know you can still climb up and get into the playoffs because we are at that halfway point. Then right behind Juan, I got you, John. Like you have one win. There's I mean, there's a lot of time left. You know, there's several games left, 7. But the way you're behaving, it doesn't matter if there are 50 games left. Yeah, it's you got to do something, man. And again, my comment, you had Chubb. Chubb is hurt, so I know that contributes to it, you know. But you're gonna have to do some things. You got $70 left, so go ahead and make something happen, man. You got to do something. You're still right in it, you know. All right, then the last 2 teams. These are no brainers, at least for me. Vaughn, I got you at 11, but you're a respectful 11. Like, I'm not taking any shots at you, man, because I saw what you inherited. You inherited garbage. You drafted garbage, and now you're trying to play through weeks of garbage. So, yeah, no shots, man. Just continue to do what you can and try to stay sober throughout the next few weeks. Then finally, last place. I have to be careful here because of how society is, and I have to make sure I watch my words, make sure I'm respectful. You know, we have one person in our league that stands out for so many different reasons, and it just so happens that she has the weakest team. She is the weakest link this year. I'm surprised. How do you go through 6 games and win none of them? It's pretty terrible. The bright side, Kima, is that you're I don't know, honestly. I don't know what the bright side is. I really think you have no chance of making the playoffs. Shout out to Mike, who we miss. Shout out to Gene, who we miss. Shout out to Christian, who we miss. But you're doing about as good as anybody that's not playing in the league this year. So, Kim, my word of advice to you is you have like $95 left on the waiver wire. I think you got to make some changes. You got to do something to get those wins coming. That's the best piece of advice I could give you. Like, I want to see you do well, but right now you seem to be distracted by things that are less important than fantasy football. So I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway, that's our recap, y'all. I want to see y'all all improve under me. That is the goal for the next few weeks, for all of you to get better, but not as good as myself. All right, y'all. Take care. Philadelphia Union, soccer team, Marvel. Keep the mask on. During this crazy pandemic times, even when I'm by myself, I like to go ahead and just make sure that I'm going to be okay. Y'all take care. Out.